Hey fellas, well, time for another Pokémon Monday video, and I want to have some other stuff done before Thursday. Hey, but I meant to do this earlier in the month, but I might as well give it a try now. Have a little discussion video on upcoming episodes of Pokemon Journeys. He's setting up a story arc known as Project Mew, which it's had another sizzle reel and well, it started off the events of some other episodes, including the Iris episode already covered, as well as setting up the reappearance of Gary, as well as Ash's other rosters, who's shown on the thumbnail. It is also planting the seeds of story elements with Avalon Crown Tundra, as Ash and Go are assigned to join research team, which will be related to both their endgame of Ash fighting in the World Coronation series, as well as Go trying to find Mew, which on the whole I think looks really good. I mean, I am very much looking forward to seeing how this plays out. I mean, given how the user story conventions have been shaken up quite a bit with this series, and I am very much all for that for the most part. That's not to say there aren't elements that don't concern me. Hey, I mean, once again, some of these elements are characters that are including that seem unique to this anime. Hey, in this case being Tsurugi, a character, her from Galar, and Asahi, who is from Alola. Who, even though it does establish a stake, so what's at hand, and it definitely takes some brass suggesting that's that that they're the ones that saved them from getting killed when and Ash and Go took on Eternatus together, and even though they saved him from Regice, which is a monster that Pikachu's been able to defeat on their own before, or I mean, on top of this, there are other characters that are maybe original creations when they could have just easily used someone like Beatty or Piania, which I would have been way more open to. Approaching their inclusion with caution, and I'm also putting together another on my personal list of characters I'd like to see and others I would not in the series, given how I don't want this to turn into a little long scenario that a lot of people are really into that character. I was on them, and look how that turned out. Even so, I really like how this anime has been approaching continuity, and even if they don't bring up the championship in the last one every single chance I get, just the fact that happened has definitely made an impact on the story of this one. And I mean, people who claim that doesn't mean anything are thoroughly mistaken. I mean, I'll get into this more when I do who more of my movie logs I'm working on. My one of the which will bring me to the 100th episode of the series. I definitely want to have that out before I get my second dose on Thursday. Ideally, just in case I'm feeling loopy again. So, all things considered, I'm definitely eager to talk about how the how more of these episodes once they start coming out. I mean, I'll likely be addressing the one with Gary's return. Her and it's I mean they're setting up an informal battle given how since he's long become a researcher as opposed to a trainer, he's not gonna be in the Coronation series, I don't think. And also Go will also have his own rivalry with him, which actually will be neat. I mean, most likely when this is dubbed as Master Journeys, it's all but inevitable that they'll get Jimmy Zoppi back to who reprises his role as a voice. I mean, it definitely it should be interesting to see how this all plays out. Out, man. And it's still a relatively young series, all things considered. I could go in any direction from here. Here, I mean, especially given how I could definitely see in the near future. I don't know about replacing him, but using other adaptations I've had done in recent movies, Origins, Generations, and the Detective Pikachu movies, also Twilight Wings, as blueprints. Something could be done similar to how something like Star Wars and Marvel Cinematic Universe has managed to really expand in my lifetime alone. How that's where you don't just have big names like Spider-Man or even ones that have built on like Iron Man, Thor, Captain America, Incredible Hulk. You have one experiment ones like Shang-Chi, the Eternals, and finding it in Black Widow movie, and I mean Rogue One was more like a war movie than a space opera. Solo and now Mandalorian are basically like space westerns. Turns. And I definitely wouldn't mind if the Obi-Wan spin-off had some fantasy stuff to it, like both versions of Clone Wars, Rebels, Resistance, not Bad Batch, focusing on camaraderie of the heroes. So there's a lot I can do with this universe as I can with the other ones. So anyway, that's probably all to say for now. Now, if there's anything you might get to see in this Project Mu arc, which is basically the next major course the series doing is, feel free to let me know, and I will see you all again soon.